Hello everyone and welcome into Lakewood Park for the rubber match between the Greenbrier Knights and Norfolk Redbirds. We are about ready to start here.
Hang on before you put that in. Okay.
On the mound for the second time of this series is Vincent Bashara for the Redbirds. As Blake Herman is leading us off. And the first pitch from Bashara hits Herman. So one pitch, and Herman is hit. And they'll jog over to first. So here's Tristan Hensley. And that one is lined towards the right field line, foul. Another windy day here at Lakewood Park. Bashara in his last start against Greenbrier went 4 2/3, picked up the win, allowing 1 run on 4 hits. And that one's fouled off by Hensley, and it's 0-2. Trevor Self is doing the catching for Norfolk. And Hensley fouls that one off, so we'll do it again. Over at first, Dylan Blazer making his Redbirds debut. Over at second base, Hayden Feather once again at third with Self doing the catching, and Justin Lakos is over at short. And that ball is up high to Hensley, 1-2. Out in left field, Jack Mork, Westbani in center, and right is in right. Herman fake steal, and Hensley got fooled on that pitch by Bashara. That's the first out of the afternoon. So here's the DH, Luke Waters. And first Bashara checks in on Herman. And that pitch fouled off by Waters. Not happy with himself. He thought he could have done some damage with that first pitch from Bashara. Waters is teammates with Bashara over at Old Dominion University. And there goes Herman. Throw down from Self. It'll go into center field, and Herman will stop at second with a stolen base. It was a called strike on Waters, so the count is 0-2 with Herman over on second. Third stolen base of the season for the speedy Herman. And an 0-2 count here on Waters. And Waters drills that one into left. That'll fall for a base hit. Herman's rounding third. He'll come around to score. And standing on first base with an RBI single is Luke Waters. Waters has had the better of his college teammate. He went 2 for 3 with 2 doubles the last time he faced Vincent Bashara, and gets us started here with an RBI single in the first inning. Warren Bailey takes a cut for a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Eighth RBI of the season for Waters. And Bailey shoots that one into center, and that'll fall in front of Bonnie. So back-to-back singles for the Knights. And they have runners on first and second with one out. So here's Andy Choi. Choi getting the start out in left today. Choi in the series is 2 for 5. And he takes a first pitch strike from Bashara, 0-1. A 1. And that one's hit towards the right side. That'll dunk in for a base hit. And being sent around third is Waters. He'll come around to score as the cutoff throw is held by the first baseman Blazer. It is quickly 2-0. Three straight singles for Greenbrier, and they're up 2-0. Here's Burton Hahn. Hahn takes a cut at the first pitch. Fastball, 0-1. Quincy Scipio is not starting, as that one is popped up right to the first baseman by Hahn. He might have broken his bat there as well. And that's the second out. And that bat is definitely broken. Now 2 down. Scipio is over on third base. He's courtesy running for the catcher Bailey. With Andy Choi over on first. MJ Sung. And Choi gets picked off. He's sending Scipio to go. Choi in a rundown. And he's tagged out. We'll see if the run comes around to score. I believe it does. So Choi sacrifices an out, but it brings in the third run of the inning for Greenbrier. A good decision there by Andy Choi to get picked off and have the run from third come in to score. We'll go to the bottom of the first. 3-0 Greenbrier. Get your game on with D-Bat Virginia Beach baseball, softball, training, and more. D-Bat Virginia Beach is a state-of-the-art facility with over 17,000 square feet, 13 batting cages, and professional instructors who don't just know baseball and softball, but live and breathe it. You can find them located at 5258A Fairfield Shopping Center in Virginia Beach. You can call them at 757-467-1111. You can also visit their website at dbatvirginiabeach.com. And the first pitch that Wes Bonney sees is flied out to center, where Herman is waiting under it, and he makes the catch. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Max Lucas, who's making his first start on the mound this season for Greenbrier. So that last half inning ended with Andy Choi getting picked off, and another first pitch swing from the Redbirds. That one's grounded over to Hahn at second, and the throw is just in time to beat out Lakos, who is digging that straight out of the box. So quickly, 2 outs here for Lucas on just 2 pitches. And Jack Mork leaves that one up high for a ball, 1-0. Just the second time that Lucas is pitching for the Knights. Lucas is more of a second baseman. And with him on the mound, Sean Hahn is getting the start defensively at second base. And Lucas fires in a strike, 2-1. You never know, though. Let's see a lot of guys who go to the majors don't start out as pitchers. So just an opportunity here for Max. He pitched in a blowout game down in Edenton back on the 20th of June as the Knights were trying to save some arms. That one's ground over to short where Hensley is. And so Max Lucas has a 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the second at Lakewood Park, 3-0 Greenbrier. Mercedes-Benz of Virginia Beach has earned a reputation as one of the Hampton Roads' most trusted luxury car dealers. Since their establishment in 2014, they found themselves as a premier name for Mercedes-Benz sales with exceptional service and unbeatable selections. If you're looking for a newer pre-owned vehicle, they're the place to go to, being a premier dealership in Virginia Beach with a vast selection of vehicles and easy leasing and financing. You can find them on 4949 Virginia Beach Boulevard in Virginia Beach, as that one is shot out to right by Sung, and that'll hop over the wall. It's a ground rule double for MJ Sung as he gives a wave over to the Greenbrier dugout. The first extra base hit of the season for Sung. So back to the Mercedes-Benz. You can call them at 757-499-3771 or visit their website at mercedes-benz.virginiabeach.com. So Sung, who was up at the plate when Choi got caught in a rundown that allowed a run to score. So a high baseball IQ there from Andy Choi to know the situation. He was waiting for Scipio to cross the plate before he was tagged out, as Norfolk never threw the ball over to home, just trying to tag out Choi before Scipio, but failed to execute. And that pitch is inside, and it goes through the glove of Self, and on to third goes Sung. One count here on Nick Arnold. In the last game, Nick had a huge bases clearing triple. It was the second time this season that he's had a bases clearing triple. And those are his only 2 extra base hits of the season, so they've come at big times. That one put Greenbrier up as he sends that one into left. And it'll fall in front of Morick. And it'll roll all the way to the wall. Sung jogs into score, and Arnold's rounding second. Here's the relay throw. It'll be cut off. And Nick Arnold stands on third. We'll see how they credit the scoring there. It fell in front of Morick. He had a tough decision to make. Wasn't sure if he wanted to play it on a hop or come in to get it. He decided to play it on a hop, and it went all the way by him to the left field fence. Sean Hahn in the 9-hole today for Greenbrier. And a 1-0 count. Pitch from Bashara. Fires in for a strike, 1-1. And Hahn swings through that pitch from Bashara. It's 1-2. And Hahn just tossed something back to Dylan Bowen, who's in the on-deck circle. And he lays off the breaking ball, gets stopped from Self. Count is 2-2. With the Norfolk infield in, down by 4-0 in the top of the second, and Nick Arnold over on third. 2-2. Fouled off by Hahn, and he lives to fight another pitch. Tom Proctor is doing the first base coaching right now for the Knights, and Hahn shoots that one foul. Putting up a good fight here. Proctor looking very official at the batting helmet. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off again by Hahn. Putting together a good AB. Here's the 2-2 from Bashara. And that's low. And looked like it hit off of the glove of Self, deflected off of the home plate's umpire's left foot. And the count is full. Bashara shakes off Self. Now he's ready. Here's the 9th pitch of the at-bat to Hahn. And he shoots that one towards the right side. That'll front in front of right for the first base hit of the season for Sean Hahn. And it puts the Knights up 5-0. So, Greenbrier, after they were quieted by Bishara in the last inning have gotten to him in both innings today. And Bowen held his swing up there, and it's 1-0. And Bishara checks in on Han, who stands back in safely. And a balk was just called on Bishara, and Han will take second base. So Bishara continuing to struggle out there. A 1-0 count on Bowen. And that pitch is fired low, and it's 2-0. Bowen hitting 194 this season. Here's a 2-0 pitch. And Bishara gets a called strike, 2-1. With Han over on second base, still nobody out here in the second inning. And Bowen swings through that pitch. It evens up the count at 2 apiece. Two pitch. Self sets up outside and misses away, and the count is full. Second consecutive batter that has drawn a full count for Greenbrier. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Bishara to Bowen. And that one's flied out towards left. Should be playable for Morgan. He's backtracking. The wind is taking it, and it's over his head. Han will just move up one bag, as it looked like the wind took that one away from Jack Morick. He had trouble reading that one off the bat. And time is going to be asked for by Trevor Self. With Han on third and Bowen on second. Han had to hold up at second base because he wasn't sure if that was going to be catchable or not. It was a routine play, but Morick just never saw it. It's not a sunny day, partly cloudy. And so back to the top of the lineup for the Knights, it's Blake Herman. Blake was hit on the back of the very first pitch of the game. And he swings at that first pitch from Bishara, 0-1. Infield is back in for Norfolk. And that pitch is fired low, 1-0.
Just what I've been told to do.
1 ball, 1 strike. And Herman fouls that one out of play. One-two count here on Herman. Here's the pitch from Bishara. And Blake gets a piece of that one, as Self will go out as it hit the home plate umpire to buy him some time. And the home plate umpire is telling Trevor Self that he's good. So a ball and a strike here on Herman, as he now has a laugh with Self and the home plate umpire. With Bowen on second, He doubled. Honda's on third. He singled. And time is called for by Herman, right as Bashara was getting set. 1-2 pitch. And Herman fouls off that one. Herman in the leadoff role today for Greenbrier. Got an on-base percentage of .382 this season. But he did his job in the first at-bat. Now just trying to put the ball in play as he continues to battle. Fouls off another pitch from Bashara. One ball, 2 strikes, infield in for the Redbirds. And the pitch is popped up towards the right side. In comes right. And he can't get there. Hahn comes around to score. And Herman is standing on second as he was running out of the box once the ball was hit. So Herman is on board with an error. Was a tough play for Wright. Had to come a long way for it. So runners still on second and third. It's now 6-0 Greenbrier. And first pitch by Hensley is shot out towards center. And that ball is gone. 3-run shot from Hensley. It's his first of the season, and it puts the Knights up 9-0 in the second inning. First pitch swinging from the shortstop, Hensley. And he's got his first extra base hit and RBI of the season. So here's the designated hitter, Waters. Waters had the first hit of the day as that one hits off of his arm. Saw a similar play on Saturday where it sounded hard enough where it looked like it hit the bat, but it looked like it got part of the arm guard of Waters. Still no one out here. And first pitch to Bailey. Home plate umpire said he went around 0-1. Already 6 runs home in the top of the second. That one's hit towards the right side. Could be 2. Hawley, the flip to second, is in time to eliminate Waters, and no throw from the shortstop, Lakeo, so they get the force out for the first out of the inning. So here's Andy Choi. Andy had an RBI single in the first inning. Sent that one to the opposite field, and checking in on Quincy Sapio, who again is courtesy running for the catcher Bailey, is back in safely. And there goes Scipio, and that one's fouled off by Choi, 0-1. Not a bad courtesy runner to have if you're Greenbrier. Scipio has 8 stolen bases on the season, has yet to be thrown down. Or thrown out, rather. 0-1, check in on Scipio again. Scipio does have the green light typically from his head coach. Checks again, bit of a closer play, but he dives back in safely. Oh, 1, and that one's up and into Choi, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out with 1 runner on. Here in the top of the second. And that pitch is inside as it brushes Choi off the plate. And the count is now 2-1. And there goes Scipio again. He got a great jump. Throw down to second is not in time, and it goes through the second baseman Hawley into center field. Standing on second base with now his 9th stolen bag this season is Scipio. Runner in scoring position for Andy Choi. Picks up and Choi swings at the breaking ball from Bashar for the second out. So here's the right fielder, Burton Hahn. Hahn broke his bat in his first at bat today on a lazy pop up towards the right side. And he drills the first pitch to left. Another chance for Morick, who was able to backtrack and make that catch, but not before 6 runs come in to score for the Knights in the second. It's 9-0 here at Lakeland Park. So we already have some defensive alignments for Greenbrier. We didn't get to read them off to you in the first inning because Max Lucas had another first pitch swing from the Redbirds, but Lucas never got over to cover. So there's the first base runner for the Redbirds. It's an infield single for Trey Wright. Lucas had 7 pitches in the first inning, so here's the defense for the Knights. Warren Bailey's behind the plate. Dylan Bowen was starting on first. Now Luke Waters is over there. Sean Hahn was starting at second. Ronaldo Perez comes into the game defensively in the second inning. He's at second. Tristan Hensley getting the start at short. Nick Arnold at third. Andy Choi in left. Blake Herman in center. Burton Hahn was starting in right. MJ Sung is out there right now. 2-0 here on the first baseman, Dylan Blazer. And there goes Wright. Throw down from Bailey is a one-hopper to Hensley, and arriving safely with a stolen base is Trey Wright. And then a 4-pitch walk delivered by Lucas. So runners on first and second for Aiden Feather. Feather hitting .276 this season, has an OPS of .796, and that first pitch from Lucas hits him, and the bases are loaded. So Lucas, who got through the first inning with just 7 pitches, got a first pitch ground ball here in the second, but failed to cover. Mentioned in the start that Max, not typically a pitcher, so getting used to fielding that position. Trevor Self is now up at the dish, and Self takes a called strike ball that caught the corner, 1-1. Knights have already put up 9 runs for Lucas. And that one is shot into left field, and it's past the diving Choi. And that one will roll all the way to the fence. 2 runs are in, and being sent around third is Feather. And he'll come in without a throw. It's a bases clearing double for Trevor Self. And that makes it 9-3. First extra base hit of the season for Self. He had 3 RBIs coming into the afternoon. He's got 3 on just that 1 hit. And first pitch swinging by Brendan Hall. He's grounded over to short. Hensley looked over to third, but decided to go to first with it to get the Self out. So Self moves over to third. That's the first out of the bottom of the second, and it brings up Alex Brown. And the 1-0 from Lucas is up and in. It's 2-0. It's a game of baseball where no lead is insurmountable. And that one is popped up by Brown. Bailey comes over for a look, but that'll go out of play. time is called for by Brown. And he takes a called strike, 2-2. Brown 0 for 3 in the first 2 games against Greenbrier. He did draw a walk in his first plate appearance of the series. This is the 3rd consecutive game that these two teams are playing against each other, as a ground ball over to third where Arnold is, and he makes the throw, and Self is held at third. So now 2 outs with Self over on third, and next the extra hitter Logan Stein. The first matchup, Norfolk took it 6-4, and Greenbrier took the second meeting on Saturday 12-7. And it was the teams that jumped off to early starts who ended up taking the win. In the first game, Norfolk put up 4 runs in the first, and they went on to win that game. And in the second game, the Knights put up 4 runs of their own in the first to take game 2. They put 3 runs in the first, as that one is popped up towards the right side. Waters is under it to make the catch, but 3 runs come in to score for the Redbirds in the second. We'll go to the third, 9-3, Knights on top. Alex Gianniscoli comes into relief for the Redbirds after the Knights lit up Vincent Bishara. In his 2 innings of work, they put up 8 hits that tallied in 9 runs. So here's MJ Sung, who led off the second inning with a ground rule double, ball that hopped over the right field fence. And he takes a cut out of fastball. The first pitch from Gianniscoli, 0-1. Was the first extra base hit this season for Sung. As he continues to work to go to the opposite field in the Tidewater Summer League. Takes that pitch inside, 1-1. Developing his game to use the whole field to give him more options. 1-1 pitch is fouled off. And it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Gianniscoli to Sung. And Sung shoots that one into center, and he's 2 for 2. First multiple hit game of the season for MJ Sung, as he gets the night started again in the 3rd inning. Some nice hitting there after being down in the count 1-2. And that pitch is fired into Arnold's upstairs, 1-0. Long hold here from Gianniscoli. And that one just caught the knees of Arnold for a called strike, 1-1. Arnold tripled. That brought in Sung to score. Was his 3rd triple of the season. And that one's fouled off of the right hand of Trevor Self, and he's in some pain there. That pitch just got his hand where his glove wasn't. And Chris Dodolo is out there to check in on his catcher. So Trevor Self is now ready. Chris Dodolo was applying pressure to his hand, and he was just throwing to the mound to make sure that he can throw with his throwing hand. A ball and a strike here on Arnold. 1-2 pitch is upstairs. 2-2. Self sets up outside. 2-2 pitch. And that one misses low. And the count is full on Arnold. And first Gianniscoli checks in on Sung. Sung has yet to attempt a stolen base this season. No one down. He's running. 3-2 pitch. A called strike 3. Throw down to second. Is in time for the strike him out, throw him out, double play. So the first 2 outs recorded by Gianna Scully comes on 1 pitch. And it brings up Sean Hahn. Hahn takes a called strike, 0-1. 0-1 is up high. Hahn had his first hit of the season that brought in a run in the second. Ball and a strike here. And that one sails upstairs from Gianna Scully, and it's 2-1. And the 2-1 from Gianna Scully is a called strike, and the count evens up at 2-2 with 2 down here in the top of the third. Knights have scored in both innings thus far today, as that pitch is above the letters to Hahn. Full count. In jeopardy of not scoring here. Three-2 from Gianna Scully to Hahn. And he hits a slow rounder over to third. Feather is there. Charges in and makes the throw. So 3 up and 3 down after the strike him out, throw him out double play. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 9-3 Knights. So Dylan Bowen is now pitching for the Knights. And Bonnie drops down a bunt. And he'll arrive safely with a bunt single to start the bottom half of the third. So the first pitch from Dylan Bowen. Bonnie drops a bunt, and they have the leadoff guy on. And that pitch is spiked, throw down from Bailey. Good job there from Warren to keep that ball from going to the backstop. And that one is fouled straight back by Justin Lakos, 1-1. Bowen's gone at least 2 innings in his 4 relief appearances for Greenbrier. His shortest outing was 2 innings. That came in the first matchup, as that one is spiked in the dirt, and that time Pawnee will take second. Went 2 innings in the first meeting. Did not allow a run. In fact, Bowen has yet to allow a run at Lakewood Park this season. In his 7 2/3 inning, there goes Bonnie again as he fakes a steal, actually. So 3-1 count here on Lakos. Here's the pitch from Bowen. And he draws ball 4. And the first 2 batters are aboard. A bunt single from Wes Bonnie, followed by a walk. Bowen's only outing where he did allow a run came in Edenton. He went 4 innings. As Morick shows bunt there. Home plate umpire said he didn't go around. He'll check with the first base umpire. He also says that Morick held the swing, so it's 1-0. Now the middle infielders in for the Knights. Shows bunt again, and the pitch is low. Sean Hahn is back in at second, and Burton Hahn is back in at right. Tristan Hensley moves from short to first, and Dominic Proctor comes in to play shortstop for Greenbrier. Morick fouls off the bunt there, 2-1. Get the signs again from Chris Dodolo. Down the third base side. 2-1 count here. See if the bunt is still on. Corner still in for the Knights. Morick is showing bunt, pulls away, and it's outside. And the count is 3-1. First 3 batters made it to base in the second inning for the Redbirds, trying to do the same here. And that one's upstairs, and the bases are loaded for the second consecutive inning for the Redbirds. So a bunt single from Bonnie and back-to-back walks. Here's Trey Wright, who swung at the first pitch, got an infield single, and he leaves the first pitch up and away from Bowen, 1-0. Wright hit a ground ball to the right side. Waters was trying to get it, as was Ronaldo Perez, who was at second and first respectively at the time. It went by Waters. Perez had the ball, but Max Lucas did not get over to cover in time. Corner still in here for the Knights. A 9-3 ball game. And that pitch hits the back of Trey Wright. And it'll bring in a run. And now Dominic Proctor is going to go to the mound to have a talk with Dylan Bowen, and Warren Bailey will come out as well. The bases are loaded, no one out. The Knights were up 9-0 in this ball game. Three runs in the last inning off of the bat of Trevor Self, when the bases were loaded with no one out. And now here in the third inning, the bases are loaded with no one out for Dylan Blazer. Dylan walked in his first at-bat, came in to score off of that double from Self. And there's a called strike. 0-1. The corners are in again for the Knights. For the lefty Blazer. And he's down in the count now, 0-2. Now just trying to put the ball in play with no one out here in the home third. And Blazer takes that one upstairs. A ball and a strike. Blazer arrived a bit late, coming down to Norfolk. His 8 plate appearances. He's 3 for 6. And now the count is full. So after Bowen had him down in the count, 0-2, Blazers drawed it full. Here's the 3-2 from Bowen from the windup, and it's outside, ball 4. And another run is in for the Redbirds, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate. It's Aiden Feather. Just 1 hit in the inning for the Redbirds. That came on the first pitch thrown by Bowen. It was a bunt single from Wes Bonney. That was followed by back-to-back walks, a hit by pitch, and then the walk there to Blazer. And Feather takes a called strike, 0-1. Feather was hit by a pitch in the last inning. One pitch, and that one's fouled straight back. As we'll fix that camera for you. So 1-2 pitch. Coming from Bowen to Feather. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's the first out in the inning. So here's Trevor Self. Big base knock with the bases loaded in the last inning. Had a 3 RBI double and trying to do the same thing here. Self trying to do some damage here. And the 0-1 is slapped out towards center, and in comes Herman to make the catch, and no one's going to be able to tag. And that's the second out in the bottom of the third. Good job there from Herman to get to that ball. So here's Brendan Hawley, 0 for 1 in his first game with the Redbirds. And Hawley takes a called strike, 0-1. Getting the opportunity to swing the bat with Norfolk. Was more of a pitcher when he was with Suffolk in their roster. And the 0-1 hits Hawley. And another run is in. So Morick will score. Wright goes to third, Blazer to second. Second hits batsman of the inning from Bowen. And the third run in. Hawley's first RBI as a Redbird. One 1-0 count here on Alex Brown. And a good curveball there from Bowen to even it up at 1-1. And the 1-1 is fouled off by Brown, and it's 1-2. Brown nearly missed a home run in the last game against the Knights. Pulled it just foul. Certainly had the distance. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Brown calls time. Has some words with the home plate umpire, all friendly. And here's the 1-2 from Bowen. Swing and a miss, strike 3. But the Redbirds tack on 3 more runs in the third. It's 9-6 here at Lakewood Park. Dylan Bowen leading things off here in the 4th inning. After he allowed 3 runs on the mound in the previous half inning, that ball goes through the glove of Trevor Self, 1-0. John Ascolian for his 2nd inning of work. Faced a minimum 3 batters after allowing a hit. Got to strike him out, throw him out, double play. Ten, 1-2 due up in the inning for the Knights. And a 1-1 count here. And Bowen takes that one up and in. It's 2-1. Bowen doubled in his first at-bat. And he takes that one below the knees. The count is 3-1. Was the 3rd double of the season for Dylan Bowen. As John Ascoli, beautiful pitch right there. Outside corner, knee high. And the count is now full. 3-2 pitch. And that one's up and into Bowen. And so now every inning, the Knights have had the leadoff man aboard. Blake Herman was leading off, batting first there for the Knights. He's 0 for 1. He hit that fly ball to right field that went off of the glove of right. And he shoots that one into center. In comes Bonnie, and it'll fall in front of him. Throw to second. is offline. Bowen had to hold up there. Wasn't sure if Bonnie was going to get to it or not. It fell in front of him. Tried to throw out Bowen on the force play from center. And was just offline. Would have been a close play regardless. So now the Knights have the first 2 base runners aboard. And Gianniscoli steps off. A lazy pump fake to second. Tristan Hensley is now batting for Greenbrier at a 3-run homer. As he fouls that one off towards the right side, 0-1. That was the last. That put the Knights up 9-0. Since then, Norfolk has answered with 3 runs in both the second and third to make it a 9-6 ball game. And another step off and lazy pump fake from Gianniscoli, just to keep the base runners close. 0-1 pitch, and that one's shot out towards center. Bonnie is going back to the warning track, and it'll hop over the fence for a ground rule double. And the umpires are signaling a home run. And now time is called. We'll see what the umpires decide here. It looks like it landed in front of the fence, but the second base umpire was signaling a home run. He's going to go out to have a talk. If it is a home run, it's the second 3-run shot from Hensley. He's already walked into the dugout. So Bowen's going to score regardless.
It's a double.
And so it looks like they're going to put Hensley back at second and Herman on third. And now Coach Slaughter's going to go out to have a talk with the second base umpire. So now Herman's walking back to third, Hensley going to second. As Coach Slaughter
Chuck's going to end up getting tossed.
trying to get the understanding from the umpires. So, two put the runners on second, third, and it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here, or at least a mound visit. Chris Dodolo is just going to have a talk with this pitcher, Alex Gianniscoli. So a long break in between action. Tristan Hensley hit a ground rule double. It looked like that immediately off the bat, but then the second base umpire was twirling his right index finger in the air, signaling a home run. And the umpires had a meeting. The field umpires did. They reversed the call to a ground rule double. And Chuck Slaughter wanted an understanding from the umpires as to what had happened, and then Chris Dodolo went out to talk to Alex Gianniscoli. And a check swing from Waters, and pitch is fouled off. One count here on Luke Waters. And that one is spiked, and it'll go to the backstop, and Herman will come in to score. As Coach Slaughter says to Blake that he should have scored on the last batter. So it's now 11-6. Hensley took third on the wild pitch. And a big cut there from Waters evens up the count at 2-2. Two-two pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. And that's the first out in the fourth. So here's Warren Bailey. Warren 1 for 2 today. Already 2 runs have come in to score for the Knights this inning. And that one is flied out to center. Tagging from third is Hensley. Here's the throw from Bonnie, and the shoot is not in time. An RBI for Warren Bailey. And it's now 12-6, Greenbrier. Was a good shoot down from Wes Bonnie out in center field. So no one on with 2 outs for Andy Choi. And he takes the second pitch up high. It's 2-0. Sends that one out towards right, and that'll go all the way to the wall for extra bases. And pulling up into second base with the stand-up 2-out double is Andy Choi. Second hit of the day for Choi. And it brings up Burton Hahn. Third multi-hit game for Choi. It's his 4th double of the season as well. And Hahn takes that ball upstairs 1-0. So Andy continues to swing a hot bat. He's also got an RBI today. And Hahn shoots that one down into left field for a base hit. Choi's going to be sent around. He trips up, but he'll still arrive safely without a throw. Choi's laughing as he kind of rolled over his ankle. So it's an RBI 2-out single for Burton Hahn, and it makes it 13-6. Solid piece of hitting there from Hahn, as he knocks in his second RBI of the season. And now they check in on Hahn, who dodged back in safely. So here's MJ Sung. He's 2 for 2 today. Sung got his first multiple hit game and first extra base hit of the season here today. One pitch, and there goes Hahn, and the pitch is fouled off by Sung. 1-2. Hahn's only attempted 1 stolen base this season. That came on opening day against the Sea Dogs. One ball, 2 strikes here on Sung. And first Gianniscoli checks in on Hahn and crawls back into first. So Hahn was in motion on the last pitch. See if he goes here. He's not running. 1-2 swung through by Sung, but not before 4 more runs come in to score for the Knights. They extend their lead to 13-6. New arm on the mound for the Knights. And the first pitch is looped over the head of Nick Arnold into left field. Here's the throw to second by Troy. It's on line. And arriving safely at second with a leadoff double is Logan Stein. Did a good job of avoiding the tag there. by Ronaldo Perez. Throw got there in time. MJ Sung is back in right field for Burton Hahn. Ronaldo Perez back in at second for Sean Hahn. And now they're going to have an appeal play at first. And the first base umpire says that he touched first. And Justin Lakos, Wes Bonney fouls the first pitch off. 0-1. Tristan Hensley moves from first back to shortstop, and Luke Waters back into first base for Greenbrier. Chad Andrazik is the new arm on the mound for the Knights. Chad got down here later than expected for a couple bullpens, and now he's ready to go. Making his first outing of the season for the Greenbrier Knights. And he fires in a strike there. And the count is 1-2. And Bonnie fouls off that pitch from Andrazik. And we'll do the 1-2 again. One ball, two strikes. Here's the pitch from Andrazik to Bonnie, and we'll do it again. So a lot of guys for the Knights getting to play a lot of different positions to work on all different aspects of their craft here in the Tidewater Summer League. 1-2 pitch. Called strike three. And that's the first out recorded by Chad Andrazik this season. Logan Stein over at second. He doubled on the first pitch that he saw. Oh, one pitch. Sails up. And the count's 1-1. Lake goes 0 for 1 today. He did come around to score after he walked in the third inning. Game that Greenbrier quickly hopped on to a 9-0 lead. Norfolk has scored 3 runs each in the last 2 innings, made it 9-6, and then a 4-run fourth for the Knights, and it's 13-6 is where we stand right now, with the Redbirds trying to chip in again. And 2-1 pitch is swung through by Lakos. 3-1 pitch. And so now the count is full. to score in the last inning. And Morick takes a called strike on the first pitch he sees from Mandrazik, 0-1. And Mandrazik steps off. And there goes the runners. Pitch is fouled off by Morick as Chris Dodolo claps his hands down the third baseline. He wanted to bring two into scoring position with one down and his three-hole hitter up. Now down in the count, 0-2 though. See if they go again. Not going, and the pitch is upstairs. Bailey thought about a back pick to first base where Lako says, but decided to hold the ball. And there go the runners again, and that pitch hits Morick. And the base is loaded. And they'll bring up the four-hole hitter, Trey Wright. Trey 1 for 1 today. Had an infield single and was hit by the pitch in his last plate appearance. Now trying to do some damage here. And takes a pitch outside. One out today's game does have big meaning in the standings of the PCL. And that pitch is fired up high by Andrazik. It's 2-0. Luke Waters is playing in tightly at first base. And there's a swing and a miss there from Wright. 2-1. Corners are in for the Knights. They lead by 7 runs here in the fourth. 2-1 from Andrazik. And he fires in a strike, 2-2. And that ball is fired outside. And now the count is full. We could potentially have a 4-way tie for third place between Virginia Beach and the two teams in this matchup. And called strike 3. Second strikeout from Andrazik where he got the batters looking. And he's got 2 outs. So here's Dylan Blazer. He's 0 for 0 today. And that pitch fires above his head. Goes to the backstop, but holding up at third is Logan Stein. One 0 count here. Stein has walked in both of his plate appearances today. The last one came with the bases loaded, so he does have an RBI. And now he's up in the count, 2-0. If Stein can, if Blazer can keep it going, Feather would be next. And now it's 3-0. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Andrzejczyk. And he fires in a strike at the knees, 3-1. Stein came into the day with 2 walks this season. Has matched that total already today. And he takes a cut at the fastball from Andrzejczyk, and after down in the count 3-0, Andrzejczyk now has it full on Blazer. A called strike 3. Chad Andrzejczyk strikes out 3 batters and leaves the bases loaded in a scoreless outing. We'll go to the 5th inning from Lakewood Park. It's the Knights 13, Redbirds 6. So a brand new defense for the Redbirds as we get set to start the 5th inning here from Lakewood Park. Knights lead 13-6. They were up 9-0. Redbirds coming to the lead 9-6, and then 4 runs in the 4th inning is where we currently stand. Tanner Simpson is the new arm on the mound for the Redbirds with a new battery mate. Ben Adams now behind the plate. Jackson Hughes comes in to play first. Justin Lakos moves from short to second. Wes Bonney moves in from center to short. Alex Aguilar is at third base. Sparky Bannon is now in left field. Logan Stein is at center, and Trey Wright is the only one who remains in right field. And down on 3 pitches is Nick Arnold. Second consecutive strikeout from Redbird pitching. So here's Sean Hahn. Hahn 1 for 2 today. And Hahn takes a called strike, 1-1. Been a trustworthy arm for Chris Dodolo as he fires foul. As a reliever, 7 innings and 3 earned runs. Those all came in one game, though. So he's had 6 scoreless outings out of the pen. 3-2 pitch, and that one shot out towards center by Hahn. Overcomes right, and he makes the catch. But a nice piece of hitting there from Sean Hahn. He continues to improve his game, just trying to go to the opposite field. His first hit was to right, and he flew one out there just now. So here's Dylan Bowen. Bowen's doubled and walked to score 2 runs for the Knights. And that one is fouled right under the knees, and it went through the legs of Chuck Slaughter as he points over to Dylan Bowen. And now time is called as Ronaldo Perez is going to get that foul ball down the line. 1-1 pitch from Simpson. Sails up high. Two balls and a strike. And it's fouled by Bowen, and the count evens up at 2-2. Two-two pitch from Simpson, swing and a miss, strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning from Tanner Simpson. We're halfway through at Lakewood Park. 13-6, Greenbrier. Up here in the bottom of the 5th for the Redbirds. And Quincy Scipio comes into the game to replace Blake Herman in center field. And Dominic Proctor is at third base. Comes in for Nick Arnold. And Sean Hahn and Burton Hahn are now in right and second. They've kind of been flip-flopping. Second between Hahn and Perez, and then right between Hahn and Sung. Feather's 0 for 1 today. He was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. And Andrzejczyk fires in a strike. And the count is 1-2. And there's a swing and a miss from Feather. The 4th strikeout from Andrzejczyk in his inning and a 3rd. So here's Ben Adams. He replaced Trevor Self defensively, and now hitting for him in the 7th spot. And he takes that pitch up and away from Andrzejczyk, 1-0. And breaking ball, home plate umpire deems that Adams held his swing, 2-0. And there's a knee-high strike from Andrzejczyk. The count is 2-1. It looks like Chad's brother Kyle is warming up in the Knights bullpen. So a 3-1 count here on Adams. Here's the pitch from Andrzejczyk, and it nearly hit Adams, and he's on base with a 1-out walk.
He got hit.
So they deemed that pitch actually hit Ben Adams. Didn't matter regardless, but if you are keeping track at home, is a hit by pitch. It was a 3-1 count. So it was going to be on first regardless. And Sparky Bannon, who came in to play second, or excuse me, to play left field, is now batting in Brendan Hawley's spot. And now Bannon shows bunt, pushes it to the right side. Andrzejczyk goes to second with it and gets the force play. Beautiful job there from Chad Andrzejczyk to get the force out. And now there are 2 down in the inning. So here's Alex Brown. Brown 0 for 2 today. And the first pitch he sees from Andrzejczyk is up high, 1-0. So Bannon pushed that bunt to the right side. Andrzejczyk fielding his position nicely. Did not hesitate throwing to second. As Hensley was over there to cover. So a good job all around defensively from Greenbrier, and we've really seen that with all the teams in the Tidewater Summer League. Plays that they weren't making in the beginning of the season, and they're doing it with easy effort as we continue to get deeper into the summer. 3-0 count here on Alex Brown, with a runner on first and 2 down. And Brown draws a 4-pitch walk, and he's aboard for the first time today. So here's Logan Stein. Stein started as the extra hitter, and and replaced Wes Bonney out in center field as he rips that one foul into the Knights bullpen. 0-1. Stein doubled on the first pitch thrown of the season from Chad Andrzejczyk, but was stranded on third base. A 1 pitch, sails up high, and looked like Andrzejczyk kind of lost the feeling on the ball there, so he rubs his fingers together. One ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Andrzejczyk, and it's a called strike, 1-2. With Adams on, Bannon on second, he pushed that bunt where Andrzejczyk went to second with, and that ball is up high. And Brown on first. He had a 4-pitch walk. Two on, 2 out, 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Andrzejczyk to Stein. And it's grounded over towards the left side. Going to his right is Hensley. The throw to first is not in time. An infield single for Logan Stein, and it loads the bases with 2 out for Wes Bonney. And Chuck Slaughter's going to go out to have a talk with his pitcher. So bases loaded and 2 out. Andrzejczyk already left the bases stranded in his first inning, trying to do the same thing here in the 5th inning. Wes Bonney's 1 for 3 today. He did have a bunt single to lead off the 3rd inning, and he takes a called strike there to even up the count at 1-1. Pitch is inside to Bonney, 2-1. Bannon is on third. He reached on the force play. Brown is on second. He walked, and Stein on first with an infield single. Two balls and a strike here on Bonney. And he takes a cut at the fastball from Andrzejczyk, and it's 2-2. As Chad takes off his chain and puts it in his back pocket. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And it's fouled towards the right side. And we'll do it again. Towards the left side, excuse me. So we'll do the 2-2 again from Andrzejczyk to Bonney. And it's hit right back to Andrzejczyk. He falls down, gets back up, throw to first is in time. And a huge fist pump from Chad Andrzejczyk. He leaves the bases stranded for the second straight inning. We'll go to the sixth here at Lakewood Park with the Knights up 13-6. Get your game on with DBAT Virginia Beach baseball, softball, training, and more. DBAT Virginia Beach is a state-of-the-art facility with over 17,000 square feet, 13 batting cages, and professional instructors who don't just know baseball and softball, but live and breathe it. You can find them located at 5258A Fairfield Shopping Center in Virginia Beach. You can call them at 757-467-1111. You can also visit their website at dbatvirginiabeach.com. So a beautiful job by Chad Andrzejczyk to get himself in and out of trouble in the previous two innings to keep the Redbirds at 6 runs on the day. But DeCipio, this is his first plate appearance of the day, and he takes it upstairs from Tanner Simpson, 1-0. Still the same defense out there for Norfolk. Aiden Feather came out to play third base where he started, but then Alex Aguilar said, "Hey, what are you doing here?" So he's still out there. 1-1 count here on Scipio, and that one's above the letters, 2-1. Scipio replacing Herman in the leadoff hole after replaced him defensively. And the 2-1 is fouled back, 2-2. Quincy's also done a bit of leading off for Greenbrier. He's got an on-base percentage of .452. Knocks off Adams, and now they're ready to pitch. And the breaking ball is fouled off by Scipio. 2-2. And now Blake Herman takes the jog over to first base to be the Knights' first base coach. Two-two pitch, and that's hit down the third base bag, and a nice stop there from Aguilar. The throw to first is not in time, but a nice job there from Alex Aguilar to hold Quincy Scipio to an infield single. That ball was hit right down the line. So Aguilar laid out just to keep that ball from going into left field. He's got speed. Tristan Hensley has had himself a day, 2 for 3 with a pair of extra base hits. Thought he had 2 home runs, but it was overturned to a ground rule double. There goes Scipio. Throw down from Adams is not in time. A good shoot down there from Ben Adams. The pitch was low. He did a good job just to even have a shot there on Scipio, who brings a lot of speed to the table. Scipio is yet to be caught this season as that pitch is fouled off of the home plate umpire. The count is 1-2 on Tristan Hensley. And now Adams tells his pitcher to step off. Good communication there by the catcher. Simpson gets back on and gets the signs, and now he's ready. And that pitch is upstairs and swung through by Hensley. He goes down for the second time today, and that's the first out. Dominic Proctor is going to get his first at bat as Ben Adams goes out to have a talk with him and with his pitcher and Justin Lakos. To face Dominic Proctor. Proctor has done nothing but produce. Starts Florida on the Knights, hitting .435 this season. And he takes a called strike, 0-1. And throw over to second from Simpson. And that probably might have been what that talk was at the mound. With Scipio on second and one down. Here in the top of the sixth. And Proctor takes another called strike. And it's 0-2. Lakos goes to cover the bag, and the pitch is fired up high from Simpson, 1-2. One-two pitch, and that one's shot towards the right side. Waiting for it is right, and tagging from second to third is Quincy Scipio, so it's a productive out for Dominic Proctor on a sacrifice fly to right field. Scipio goes from second to third. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth from Lakewood Park. Home sixth here. Kyle Andrzejczyk replaces his brother on the mound. And his first pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. So it's been a lot of summers for the Andrzejczyks here in the Tidewater Summer League, as that pitch is fouled back by Lakos, 1-1. First, their older brother Ryan played, and Ryan one summer brought Chad down, so they played together, and now Chad and his younger brother Kyle are playing together, pitching in the same game. Chad went 2 scoreless innings, left as many base runners on base as you can, 6 of them in 2 innings, where he had 4 strikeouts as well. And that pitch is inside to Lakos, and it evens up the count at 2 apiece. Alex Aguilar is on deck for Norfolk. As that pitch is fouled back by Lakos, so we'll do the 2-2 again. Pitch from Andrzejczyk, struck him out. So that brings up Alec Aguilar. This is his first plate appearance today. Came in to play third for Aiden Feather. And the first pitch he sees today is a called strike, 0-1. And the L1 is fouled back, and it's 0-2 quickly. And the 0-2 is inside to Aguilar. Brushes him off the plate. 1-2. And the 1-2 is outside. Good layoff there from Aguilar. And it evens up the count at 2-2. Aguilar hitting .261 this season. And he shoots that one into center. Playable for Scipio, who makes a couple feet backwards and makes the catch. So here's Trey Wright. Wright's 1 for 2 today, had an infield single on a bunt. And he hits that one over to first. And an easy play for Waters, who stays down. So a 1-2-3 inning from Kyle Andrzejczyk, much easier than his brother. And we'll go to the 7th inning here at Lakewood Park. lefty Brady Kenter is the new arm on the mound for Norfolk. Set to face 5, 6, 7 in the order for Greenbrier, and his first pitch is outside of the zone for a ball, 1-0. And Choi swings around on that pitch as he points to the dugout, and everyone from the Knights is laughing. Choi did a full 360 spin there, and now he shoots that one towards left. Hard hit, and it'll fall in front of Bannon for a base hit. The third hit of the day for Choi. It's his first 3-hit game of the season. And that's how we get started here in the 7th. Here's Burton Hahn, had an RBI single in his last at-bat. That brought in Choi. And that one gets by Adams. He doesn't know where it is. Kenter comes over to get it. But Choi easily takes second. Adams was looking behind him. It was in front of him. The hit off of the mask of Adams. Kenter sprinted over to get that ball. And the 1-0, good cut there from Hahn. And evens up the count at 1-1. Fourth relief outing of the season for Brady. Two-one here on Hahn with Troy on second, no one out. And Hahn swings through that one as it goes to the backstop. And it's 2-2. And Hahn was asking for time before that pitch was thrown. As Choi takes third. On ball that got to the backstop. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. It's dropped by Adams. Hahn doesn't run down to first. And he is retired for the first out of the 7th. So here's MJ's song. MJ is 2 for 3 today. So takes that pitch low, 1-0. Sung had just 2 hits coming into the day. As he takes a cut at that pitch, 1-1.
I know you have a number, so I can tell you what time to start the second game.
757-353.
Here's the 1-1 from Kenter. And breaking ball gets by Adams. Here comes Choi. And he'll arrive safely. Andy Choi broke once that ball got by Adams. It didn't go very far, but Choi was hustling down the third base line. So now it's 2-1 here on Sung, with no one on, 1 down. And a run in already for Greenbrier. Sung swings through that pitch from Kenter, and it evens up at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch is inside, and it hits Sung. And he'll take first base. The third time today that Sung has reached base. So he's having himself an afternoon. And it brings up Nick Arnold. Nick had his third triple of the season. in his first at bat, has since struck out both times. Here's the 1-0 from Kenter, and Arnold swings to that fastball 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out, one on. And that one shot out towards center. Moving to his right is Stein. He's there for the second out of the 7th. So it brings up Ronaldo Perez. But that'll actually be all for Brady Kenter. Chris Dodolo is going to make a pitching change. So we'll be right back after this. Brendan Hawley, who made the start over at second base today in his Redbirds debut, is now on the mound in relief in the 7th inning. And the first pitch he throws is letter high, a called strike, 0-1. Ronaldo Perez, if you haven't noticed, is in the batter's box right now, is now wearing a different jersey. He was donning the white home jerseys for Greenbrier, so they had to get him a new one. Now wearing number 23 in the road gray. This is his first plate appearance today. And a back pick over at first. And Sung dives in safely. 2-1 count here. Or excuse me, 1-2 on Perez. And he lifts that one out of play, foul. Perez is 1 for 3 this season with 4 walks, and he goes down swinging. So Hawley gets the one out that he needs. It's stretch time here at Lakewood Park. Knights are up 14-6. Jackson Hughes getting his first at bat here today, and he takes a ball low from Mandrazik, 1-0. Second inning of work for Kyle Andrazik. Came in for relief at a 1-2-3 inning. So a lot smoother flowing for Kyle than his older brother Chad. And that one is skied up into the infield. That Proctor is under it. And he makes the catch.
There's a silver F-150 with their lights on.
Mike. Mike.
Here's Brady Kenter getting his first plate appearance, and he takes a called strike, 0-1.
Yes, honey.
Here's the 0-1 to the lefty, and it bounces in front of home plate, 1-1.
Silver F-150. Who's barking?
And that pitch is outside from Andrazik, 2-1.
Who just called and said
2-1 pitch fouled off by Kenter, and it evens it up at 2-2.
I got a big whopping 2 subs. Thank you.
Here's the 2-2 from Andrazik. So a full count here on the lefty Kenter. Here's the pitch from Mandrazik. And popped up out of play, and we'll do it again. Knights were up 9-0 in this game. Redbirds cut the lead to 9-6. But we now stand at 14-6, and Kenter has a 1-out walk. So he's aboard with 1 out, and it brings up Ben Adams, the catcher. Adams was hit in his first and only plate appearance thus far today. Drazik looks over to first, and now fires in a strike to Adams. 0-1. Here's the 0-1, and that one's chopped down the left side, foul. And it's 0-2. Oh, 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Adams goes down on 3 pitches. Second strikeout from Kyle Andrazik, and it brings up Sparky Bannon. Spark in his only at bat today laid down that bunt that Chad Andrazik pounced on beautifully and got the force out at second. And he swings at the first pitch from Kyle Andrazik, and that'll dunk into right field for a 2-out single. So 2 outs in the inning. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Alex Brown 0 for 2 today. He did draw a walk. in the 5th. And the first pitch he sees from Kyle Andrazik is a called strike. 0-1. About a half hour after this game, the Suffolk Voyagers will be hosting the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs. 0-1, a shot out towards right field, same spot. Back-to-back singles. Kenter's being waved around third. The throw to the plate is in time. Beautiful shoot down to home from Burton Hahn to keep the Redbirds off the board. 4 scoreless innings combined for the Andrazik brothers as we head to the 8th inning here at Lakewood Park. First pitch swinging from Max Lucas, and he sends that one into center. So 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 8th inning from Brendan Hawley. He's back out there after he got Ronaldo Perez to strike out. That was his only batter of the 7th. Now back to the top of the lineup for the Knights. And Scipio takes a called strike from Hawley, 0-1. Quincy had an infield single, a ball that was hit down the third base line. That was stopped beautifully by Alex Aguilar to prevent it from rolling into left field. Aguilar has moved to second this inning. Alex Brown is now over at third base for Norfolk. 0-2 count here on Scipio. Here's the pitch from Hawley. And that one's rolled over to Brown and past him and into left field off of the glove of Alex Brown. So an error on Alex Brown allows Scipio to reach base for the 2nd time today. Here's Tristan Hensley. So Hensley, I know he's been going to the batting cages a lot with a lot of the other Greenbrier Knights. Let's throw over to first. So just working on their game in the Tidewater Summer League. 1-0, a shot out towards left. Over comes Bannon, and it falls in front of him, a fair ball. So the third hit of the day for Hensley. He's now a triple away from the cycle. Knights are going to have to get some more base runners if they want to get him another plate appearance. With one out here in the top of the eighth, Knights up 14-6. Dom Proctor is the batter. He had a sac fly to right field that moved Scipio from second to third. And he pops that one straight back. 0-1. Aguilar holding Scipio pretty close on second. And that pitch is shot out towards right center by Proctor. Overcomes Stein, and it's off of his glove into the wall. Scipio's being waved around home. He'll arrive easily without a throw. So it's a single for Dominic Proctor. He continues to stay hot. It's now 15-6 Greenbrier. And now throw over to second, which is where Hensley is. And that one's rolled up the middle of the diamond past Aguilar. And here comes Hensley. He'll score, throw to third. And Proctor's in safely, and over to second is Warren Bailey. So an RBI single for Warren Bailey. And now the Knights are up 16-6. That ball was at 97 miles per hour off of the bat of Bailey. It was ripped up the middle. And now the infield comes in for the Redbirds. Down by 10 runs here in the top of the eighth. Second RBI of the day for Bailey, who took second on the throw to third. And now they're going to get a pinch runner for Warren, who's behind the plate for the Knights. Dylan Bowen is the courtesy runner. And that pitch is fouled in front of the Norfolk dugout. Runners on second and third. Here's the pitch from Hawley. And that one's fouled, that time into the Greenbrier dugout. So Choi first goes for Norfolk, and then he goes for some friendly fire. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Choi. He's got 3 hits already today and has used the whole field to do so. 1-2. And that's chopped, a fair ball. In comes Brown, and the throw to first is in time. So a nice defensive play from Alex Brown to make up on his error earlier in the inning. Had to come in to charge that ball that was lightly tapped by Choi. That's going to be it for Brendan Hawley. We're going to have a pitching change. Nicholas Jazikowski is going to come in. Runners on second and third with 2 down here in the top of the 8th. Nicholas Jazikowski looking to get 1 out here to leave 2 base runners stranded. First pitch swinging from Hahn, and he pops it out of play. Foul. Already 2 runs have scored in the inning for Greenbrier, as they now have 7 unanswered runs. Hahn's 1 for 4, had an RBI single back in the 4th. The only of the starters who have not scored a run. Every Greenbrier starter has reached base, however. So the Knights bats have certainly woke up after being in a funk last week. Shutout in Edenton. Three 3-1 count here on Hahn. Good hitters count. And Hahn pops that one up. Jazikowski comes over for a look, and he makes the catch. So Jazikowski retires the only batter he needs to. But 2 runs come in to score for Greenbrier. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th with the Knights up by 10. Home 8th here from Lakewood Park. And Kyle Andrazik back out there for his 3rd inning of work, and the first pitch he throws to Stein is a called strike, 0-1. His last inning ended after allowing back-to-back singles, but on the second one into right field, Burton Hahn made a beautiful throw down to the plate to gun down Jackson Hughes. Brady Kenter. 0-2. 2-1 rather. Two balls and a strike here on Logan Stein. Here's the pitch from Andrazik. And there's a called strike. Ball that caught the inside corner to even up the count at 2-2. Top of the Norfolk lineup on deck in West Bonnie. And Stein fouls off that inside pitch. I might have caught himself as he steps out to take a breather. And we'll do the 2-2. Stein's 2 for 3 today. He's got an infield single and a double. Two balls, 2 strikes, and that pitch hits Stein again. That time from Andrzejczyk, not off of his own bat. And the Redbirds have the leadoff man aboard. Third time that Stein has reached base. And it's the top of the order. And Bonnie fouls the first pitch. Straight back, 0-1. Starting to pick up here from Lakewood Park as Andrzejczyk checks in on Stein at first base, who dives back in safely. Bonnie's 0 for 4. Or excuse me, 1 for 4. Had a bunt single back in the third inning, came around to score. 1 from Andrzejczyk, and a good spot there that catches the outside corner, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch is flied out towards center. Over comes Scipio to his left. And that ball is off the base of the wall. Pulling up to second with a double is Bonnie. And at third base is Stein. Now 2 runners in scoring position as Andrzejczyk gets a new baseball. It brings up Alec Aguilar. Alex 0 for 1 thus far today, and he takes a called strike. Andrzejczyk doing a good job of painting that outside corner. And the 0-1 is shot out towards right. In comes Song, and Perez comes over to make the over-the-shoulder catch for the first out. Good job there by Ronaldo Perez to go out into the outfield grass and make the catch for the first out of the home eighth, and it brings up Trey Wright. Trey 1 for 3. He's got an infield single. He's also been hit by a pitch. And Andrzejczyk fires in a strike, 0-1. And Wright fouls off that pitch. And that pitch is lined up the middle of the diamond for a base hit. 1 run will score. Bonnie's going to be held up at third. So a 1-out RBI single from Trey Wright, his second RBI of the day. Puts the Knights' lead back to single digits. 1-0 here on Jackson Hughes. Hughes hit a pop up into the infield in his first at bat and now hits a fly ball out towards left. Choi is waiting for it, and tagging from third is Bonnie. Here's the throw from Choi. It's cut off by Arnold, and a sacrifice fly to produce a run from Jackson Hughes for the second out. So it brings up the lefty Kenter. Kenter was walked by Andrzejczyk in his only at-bat, and he takes that pitch inside, 1-0. And the 1-0 is called a strike, 1-1. And the 1-1 is rolled over to second. Perez waits for it, and the throw to first beats Kenter. So 2 runs come in to score for Norfolk. We'll go to the 9th inning from Lakewood Park with the Knights up 16-8. MJ Sung leading off the 9th inning here for the Knights. MJ has already reached base 3 times today, and that's his first multi-hit game of the season. And he swings and misses at the first pitch from Bradshaw Morrison. 0-1. Morrison kind of struggled in the beginning of the season, but as he's got time to adjust down here and just be able to work on his game. He's seen a lot of improvements. 0-2 to Sung. And a good 0-2 pitch. That's outside, 1-2. Seven, 8, 9, 2 up in the Greenbrier lineup, and that ball is outside and off of the glove of Adams to even it up at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 from Morrison to Sung. And he shoots that one foul to the right side and out of play. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Delivery from Morrison. That one's dropped into left field, and Sung's got his third hit of the day. MJ Sung had 2 hits coming in to the day on the season, and he's got 3 today at Lakewood Park. And it's not like MJ was just doing it off of one pitcher. All those hits, the 3 of them were off of 3 different Redbird arms. Nick Arnold, 1 for 4 today with a triple. And the 1-0 sails upstairs, 2-0.
So the stuff, yeah. So I split it in half. The stuff that was thawed out, I went ahead and marinated, and the stuff that was frozen, I went ahead and marinated and put it in the freezer.
Here's the 2-0 from Morrison, and that one's outside, and it's 3-0.
It has some marinade on it, and I don't have to season. There you go. Yeah. So we only wind up with like 3 short ribs that wasn't frozen.
And a 4-pitch walk after the leadoff single to Sung, drawn by Arnold. And it brings up Ronaldo Perez. And I know Tristan Hensley, who's in that Greenbrier dugout, is waiting patiently to get up. Not sure if he knows if he's a triple away from a cycle or not. He is 4 batters away with no one out and 2 runners on. Here's the pitch from Morrison, and it's swung through by Perez. 1-1. And Perez takes another good cut at a fastball, 1-2. To get on as that pitch is fouled off by Perez, who was trying to pull back. So the count remains at 1-2. Hensley still needs at least one more night to reach base to step up to the plate, and Perez goes down on strikes for the first out here in the 9th. And it brings up Max Lucas. Max swung at the first pitch he saw in his only at-bat. Had a fly ball to center that was caught by Logan Stein. And the first pitch he sees from Morrison is outside, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 to the lefty Lucas, and he shoots that one out to center again, Back goes Stein, and tagging from second is Sung. Catch is made by Stein, and Sung arrives safely to third. So that's the second out of the inning, second time that Lucas has flied out to Stein out in center. And it brings Quincy Cepillo to the dish. Tristan Hensley is on the on-deck circle now, with runners on the corners and 2 out. And Scipio swings at the first pitch. Overcomes Hughes for a look, and he can't get there. Hughes had enough room, and a good job by Ben Adams to communicate that to him, but just couldn't run it down. And that one shot out towards center by Scipio. Back goes Stein. And that ball is gone. A 3-run shot from Quincy Scipio off of the tree out in right center. And that makes it 19-8 Greenbrier. The second home run hit today by the Knights. And it does bring up Tristan Hensley. The second 3-run homer of the day for the Knights. And Hensley steps in and fouls off the first pitch off of the knob of his bat. 0-1. Hensley a triple away from a cycle. Three for 5 on the day. A 1 pitch. And that ball is low. 1-1. And there's a called strike that drops in from Morrison. And it's 1-2. One, two. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Hensley goes down swinging. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th with the Knights up by 11. Blake Herman on the mound for the Knights here in the bottom of the 9th. And Herman fires in his first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. 6, 7, 8 due up in the order. And the 1-1 is chopped up the middle. Proctor slides to his left, and the throw to first is in time. Now it brings up the DH, Alex Brown. Alex 1 for 3 today. Has also drawn a walk. And pops up the first pitch from Herman. Arnold's waiting under it. And he makes the catch. And there's quickly 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Logan Stein steps into the box with the Redbirds down to their final out. And Herman fires him a strike, 0-1. A 1 from Herman. Misses low. Stein's 2 for 3 today. He's been hit by a pitch. Has an infield single and a double. And there's his 3rd hit of the afternoon. A productive day from Stein. Hitting in the 10 hole. And now back to the top of the Norfolk lineup. Wes Bonney swings at the first pitch he sees from Herman. 0-1. And the L1 is fouled away, and the Redbirds are down to their final strike. And that one's hit off of home plate. Arnold charging, bare hand throw to first is off the line. And it'll roll out of play. Or it's still in play, so a run's going to score. And now standing on third base is Wes Bonney. So the bullpen out and right is cut to the right side. And that ball must have missed the bullpen. So it was a nice job from Arnold to pick up that ball with his bare hand and throw over to first, but the throw was offline to keep the game going. A ball and a strike here on Alec Aguilar. 0 for 2 today, and he swings and misses at that one. And once again, the Redbirds are down to their final strike. That pitch is downstairs from Herman, and it evens up the count at 2-2. 2-2 from Herman, and it's low for. And that evens up, or makes the count full. 3-2 from Herman. Struck him out, and the ball game is over. The Knights improved to 5-5 in PCL play after their 19-9 romp of the Redbirds, their 2nd consecutive win over Norfolk, as they now slide into 3rd place in the PCL, but that could be a third-place tie by the end of the day because the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs are a half game behind them. They'll be hosting the Suffolk Voyagers here from Lakewood Park. That will be shortly after at around 7:45. So thank you for watching, everyone. I'm Hayden Bandel. The Knights take this one over the Redbirds 19-9 to improve to 500 in the PCL.